Hey guys, today we're going to cover a cool tip, trick kind of thing in Command to do that will allow you to set yourself up to make 5 contacts per day. You can make it more, you can make it less, whatever numbers match you and your business. But it's a cool trick using the smart plans, using the tasks, and using your bulk update option in the contact section. So I want to make sure we have a couple of things set up correctly, and then I will show you how to do this. So one of the first things we want to do is check our smart plans. So we're going to get in and we're going to go to smart plans, and we're going to make sure we have whatever smart plan that we want to do this with set up. If you don't have a lot of these set up or you're not using this too regularly, what I would suggest is using the quarterly call plan first, because that at least guarantees you're going to call through your whole database 4 times a year. So I would think that's a good one. If you don't see it in your people plans, if it's not listed in here as one of the many, I have a lot of these from teaching all the time, but if yours is not listed in there where it says quarterly call plan, then you're going to want to go to library. And on the top, you're going to see all the KW ones. There should be 10 of them, and you'll be able to look left to right and see if you can find the quarterly call plans. So I'm going to let this load here for a second, and then we will find it. So here I have it as the third one. It says quarterly call plan. We're going to hit add smart plan. And when we do that, it will go back into my smart plan. So when you verify that this is in there and that you see it, I want you to just go take a look, make sure it's there. When you first put it, it's going to say no contacts. So you won't have any of these little eyeballs, but it will show what day you created it or when you started it, the duration of it, and the total touches. So the way that these smart plans work, or this specific smart plan works, is whenever you put somebody on it or you start putting your contacts on it, it triggers you, or it sends you a notification that says you need to call somebody. So you'll get a task that pops up on your dashboard or in your contacts or wherever you put it that says that you need to make a call, and then it will delay, meaning it'll wait 90 days, and then it will do that again. So every 90 days, which is once a quarter, you'll get a notification from the people that you need to call. So you just want to make sure that this looks right, which it does. It's not an editable one because it's one of the KW kind of stock default ones. So you just want to check and make sure that is correct first. Then I would go to your home screen. And when you get to your home screen, you're going to have a different view, right? Everybody has a different view that you can see. It's kind of customized based on what you like. So what I always suggest people do is hit the customize home button on the top right and select the things that you like or the things that you want to see. Most importantly for this class and for what we're working on today is the task button or widget or gadget, whatever you want to call it. Put that somewhere that you're going to notice it. So I like mine at the top because I like to see the tasks that need to be done first thing when I log in. And if you want it in a different spot or something, you can move it. And if there's any that are blocking it or that you don't want to see, you can check them or uncheck them. Move them around, put them wherever you want, but put it in the easiest spot possible so that if you're going to get these notifications every day, you have the highest likelihood of actually doing that. So we're going to do that and hit apply. And when we do that, you're going to see the tasks at the top first option here on my home screen. So I left this one up just so you guys can kind of see. This is obviously me, it's myself. So when you look at the tasks, they'll be in orange if they're delayed or if you haven't done them in time, and you'll see the little past due flag there. If not, they'll be in black and it will tell you what due date is. And this is where you're going to get all the tasks. So we're still kind of in that setup phase. The first thing was to make sure that we have the smart plan in our My Smart Plans. We've taken it out of the library from KW and added it to our personal people plans and library. Second thing is we customized the home screen to make sure that the tasks piece is set up and ready to go so that we have the ability to view it whenever we see it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the contacts tab and actually work from the contacts tab to set this up. So if we switch from the home screen after we've done this and we go to contacts, what you will see pop up is a list of all your contacts. And we want to make sure if you have a certain smart view on or any filters or anything, for what we're doing today, the goal really is to get all of your contacts onto this quarterly call plan. It doesn't really matter who they are, where they're from, if they're a lead or not, if they're database, if they're a vendor or whatever. So you want to make sure your smart view is on all contacts, which should be the default when you first come on. But if you change that, just make sure on all contacts Then we're going to hit filters, and make sure you don't have any filters. If you have something selected, you can hit clear all at the bottom, or you can hit all contacts and make sure nothing is filtering out or blocking anything out. And then we're going to hit apply. And then it's going to just refresh really quickly, and then it'll show however many contacts we have in there. So for what we're doing with the setting up of the appropriate number of tasks that you want to do per day, you're going to click on the select all box. And right now it shows 1 through 10 because that's how many I put on a page. If you have a lot of contacts, you want to change that show 1 through 10 through how many you have. So if I put 500, it takes a couple seconds to reload this, but I have 478 in this account. And once these all load up, then I'll be able to actually select all and kind of divvy them up, which is what we want to do. When I click on the select all button now, it's going to select all 478 of them, which is good. And what we want to do to set up the automation here with the tasks is we're going to click select bulk action. And when we click on that, we're going to get a lot of options. So these are all the things that we can do in the masses. We can add a note, like all of these people, we called them. We can archive them, so we can hide them. We can send them a big SMS, which is a text message. If you have Twilio linked to this, you can add a tag to all these. You can add them to an email list, copy them, share them to somebody else. You can mark them all as leads, meaning they all need to get worked. You can unmark them all as leads. So any of the ones that were leads, you can take them off. Add to smart plan, which is what we're going to do. You can export them in a mailing label. So if you're going to send some direct mail, you can export them as mailing labels as PDF. So if you use one of those programs where you print the mailing labels onto like a certain kind of paper that you get from Staples or Home Depot or Walmart or whatever, you get them from there. You can send them to the lead pool, which essentially gives them access to all of the other agents in your world, or you can change the account. So if you have a single agent going to the team, what we're going to do for the purpose again of the automation is we're going to do add to smart plan. And when we do that, we'll give it a second. Then it should pop up all of our smart plans. So I have a lot of junk in here, just tests for classes and showing people how to do stuff. But you're going to find the one that we set up earlier, the quarterly call plan. So I'm going to just scroll through until I find that. There we go. And then when we hit select, this is where the automation gets fun. So we have a couple of different options. We can start all of them now. The reason I don't suggest starting all of them now is because then I'm going to have 478 people with a notification on the same day every 90 days. So I'll get 478 notifications today. And then in 90 days from now, I'll get that same thing, which is a lot. And really, it's unmanageable. You know, if you're just doing 5 or 10, it's one thing, or 20, even 100. But you know, anything over like 100 is not really realistic to get through in a day, unless you have inside sales or that's all you're doing is just making these calls. If you do start all on the following date, you'll mass do this, but again, it puts them all into one day. So if I don't want to do this today because I don't want to see them today, let's just say I'm going with the standard, I'm going to start it Monday. You know, I can go in here and I can select to move this to Monday. But if I do that, then again, I'm going to get 478 notifications on Monday, which is crazy. The cool part with this automation and the assigning tasks to yourself daily, all with just this click. I know it's only really been 10 minutes of teaching this, but when you get used to doing this, you can do it in like 90 seconds. So what's cool is I can do a staggered start. So I click stagger start. And then what this does is it allows me to choose how many contacts I want in each day. So keep in mind, I have 478 in here. So there's going to be a lot of them that it will stagger. But if I want to break these up, I can add however many of them I want a day. So maybe I want to do 20 a day. Maybe I want to do 5 a day. If you have less, whatever that number is, you can set these to go a certain number of days and a certain number of contacts per day. So what this will do is if I hit confirm right now, I'll get 20 notifications today that I need to hit the first 20 in that contact list. And then tomorrow I'll get the next 20. The day after I'll get the next 20, all the way until I run out of contacts. And on the last day, it'll have whatever the odd number that's left is. So you can stagger out your whole database across the entire quarter. What I would do is, you know, we're 20 days into the quarter here. So think of how many contacts you have. When you selected that, you should have been able to see how many contacts you have. And then think about how many days are left in the quarter that you want to work, and then stagger them across that. So if I have 478 total and there are 70 days left, I guess 70 or 75 days left in the quarter. So I could break them up. You know, I could divide that 478 by 70 or 75. and get however many that is per day, 40 a day or something, whatever, or 20 a day, whatever the number is. I can break that up and be able to stagger them out. And once I do this once, it's like a set it and forget it kind of thing. So it will be in here now. And then the next quarter, I won't have to go back and redo this. They'll still be staggered across all those different start dates. So when I get into them the next quarter, I can just roll with it and keep running that same system. Then as I add contacts, when I put them in, if I add a new contact in, just say I type somebody in and this is my new contact, I can go onto their individual contact card when I create them. So maybe today, you meet somebody new at the supermarket or out walking the dog or something, and you add one individual person. So I put this person in, and then I can go to their smart plans and I can add just them. So every day when you meet new people, now you're going to add, and it's going to be constantly growing, but it won't stack up your notifications and your workload so much, because I see a lot of people that are going in, adding all the contacts in their phone, which, some of us have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 contacts in their phone. They're adding all those people in at one day, and then they're getting overwhelmed by the notifications, and then they're just shutting down. They're not doing anything, where this allows us to do it a staggered start per day, make it automated. It'll be automated as long as you keep them on here. It won't stop unless you take them off. So what's cool about this is, just to kind of recap, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to smart plans. You're going to set up that quarterly call plan and make sure it's in the My Smart Plans tab. Then you're going to do your homepage, make sure that you're customized and set up so that you get tasks. Then you're going to go to your contacts and distribute all of your contacts onto that quarterly call plan. And then kind of a rolling action step is, as you add contacts to your database, 1 a day, 2 a day, 5 a day, 10 a day, whatever it is, you'll just start those that day, and it will stagger off all of your contacts that you need to make in your business moving forward, and it will never stop that. So stay tuned for more tech workshops every Wednesday. We will keep doing these, and looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Get out there and take some action, get it done.